Dear students, this is our 10th lecture of heterocyclic chemistry, and today we will discuss about nomenclature of bridged heterocyclic compounds which are of these type. This is a typical bridged heterocyclic compound. Now let us see how to name these compounds. So the first rule is simple. The bridged heterocyclic systems, they are named according to the rules for bridged hydrocarbons. That means this is a typical bridged hydrocarbon. It is a carbocyclic compound. It does not contain any heteroatom, so we call it bridged hydrocarbon. So we have already discussed what are bridged compound, what are fused compounds, and what are your we call it spiro compounds. So please go through my earlier lectures. So if you are new, so this is a typical bridged compound. So bridged compounds are those compounds in which two cycles they are joined and they have more than two atoms common in the ring. So the first rule says that these compounds, as we are discussing about heterocyclic compounds, so heterocyclic compounds are those which contains a heteroatom in the ring. So first rule says that bridged heterocyclic systems, they are named according to the rules for bridged hydrocarbons. Now what are the rules for bridged hydrocarbons, I will discuss in brief with you. So first let us see if what will be its name. Its name will be, numbering will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I will also discuss with you how to number such compound. So the name starts with bicyclo as it contains two cyclic components which are joined, so it is bicyclo. Then in the bracket we have to write 1 2 3 4 3 1. Then we decane, so it is decane, bicyclo 431 decane. That is the name of this bridged hydrocarbon. Now the rule says that the heteroatoms, if for naming heterocyclic bridged systems, the heteroatom with their locants, they are prefixed to the name of the bridged hydrocarbon. So this is a heterocyclic compound, bridged heterocyclic compound. The numbering will go like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I will discuss with you with the rule. Now this rule says that we just have to write the prefix with the locant before the name of this compound. So its name will be, the name of this compound will be, so the prefix for oxygen is oxa and it is at third position, so it will be 3 oxa. Next is same, bicyclo 431 decane. So that is the name of this compound. So this, it is quite easy. First you have to learn how to name bridged hydrocarbons. If you know how to name this, then it is quite easy. We just have to mention the heteroatom with their locant in the prefix as a prefix. So we have written it before the name of the bridged hydrocarbon. Now as I have already discussed that bridged heterocyclic system consisting of two rings, we are talking about bicyclic systems with the two or more common atoms, is given the name of acyclic hydrocarbon. Now what it says that, now let us count the number of carbon atoms in this hydrocarbon. It has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 carbon atoms, so that's why we have given it a name decane. So it is given the name of their acyclic hydrocarbon. So acyclic hydrocarbon with the 10 carbon atom is called decane. Then we have to add before that the prefix bicyclo. We have added this bicyclo, and in a square bracket like this with the descending order of numbers separated by a full stop in square bracket indicating the number of atoms separating the bridge head atoms. So how many atoms, like you can see here 1 and 6, they are bridge head atoms. So how many atoms they are separating these two bridge head atoms in both these rings we have to mention. So here in the right hand side there are 1 2 3 4 atoms, so we have written 4. We have written 1 2 3, and this is 1 atom. It separates these. Now we have to write in decreasing order. That's how you have to number, that I will discuss with you. So that is how you name. So once you know how to name these bridged hydrocarbons, the naming of bridged heterocycles is quite easy. We just have to add a prefix with the name of that heterocycle, and we have to specify its locant position. As in this case, it was 3-oxa. Now, as I have already discussed, the prefix indicating heteroatoms with their locants, they are prefixed to the name of the bridged hydrocarbon. Like in this, we have added just the name. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So its name becomes 3-oxa by cyclo in the square bracket 431 decane. That is its name. Now how to do numbering? Now let us discuss about numbering. Now the numbering starts from one of the bridgehead atoms. So the atoms in which two rings are joined, this one atom, this atom, and this atom, these are your bridgehead atoms. So numbering has to start either from this carbon or this carbon and proceeds through the longest possible route. Suppose we start from here. Now we have proceeded through the longest possible route to reach the second bridgehead atom. Now if we proceed in this direction, like you can see in this direction, we have how many carbons? How many atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4 atoms. We need 4 atoms. These 4 atoms, they separate these two bridgehead atoms. In this side, if we start from this side, then we have 1, 2, 3, just 3 atoms. Here we have 4 atoms. Now if we start in this path, it has only one atom which separates these two bridgehead atoms. So we have to start from any bridgehead atom, then we have to go in that direction which proceeds through the longest possible route to the second bridgehead atom, so that we need maximum number of atoms to reach the second bridgehead atom. So that's why I have started numbering like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is not 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is how you have to, then you have to proceed in that direction which has, it has 4, it has 3 atoms. So then we move here, 7, 8, 9, then here. So that's what it says. The numbering starts from one of the bridgehead atoms and proceeds through the longest possible route to the second bridgehead atom, and then by the second longest route. First choose the more longest, then second longest, then third longest route through the first bridgehead atoms, and finally by shortest route, that has to be last, from one bridgehead atom to the second bridgehead atom. So that's why we have written 4, 3, 1. So a name becomes, first right we have to write bicyclo if there is no heteroatom. Then in the bracket we have to specify the number of atoms which separate these two bridgehead atoms, and we will separate the different numbers by full stop. Like it has 1, 2, 3, 4 bridgehead atom, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3. It has only 1. So it has to be in decreasing order. Then complete the square bracket. Then we have to write the name according to alicyclic. 10 carbon alicyclic alkane has a name decane. So its name becomes, now it is a heteroatom. We have to even specify its position in the prefix. So it becomes 3-oxa bicyclo 431 decane. Now the heteroatom is given number as low as possible. The first thing is we have to do numbering according to bridged hydrocarbon. Like we have to trace that path which has in which we need larger number of atoms to reach the second heteroatom. Then if there is a possibility, then we have to choose that route which gives the lowest locant to this oxygen. Now let us try to understand this point by now. As we can start from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what we can also start from this position 1, 2, because that is also longest path, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9 and 10. Now you can see now in both the case the numbering, the first rule is that we have to follow the longest path, so these both satisfy the longest path. Then he says that we have to give lowest number, lowest locant to heteroatom. Now if we do numbering by this purple color, then it gets a this purple color, then it gets a locant position 3. If we do by this white color, it gets locant position 4. So which is smaller? 3 is smaller. So that's why this numbering with the purple color is correct. So if we have a choice, first thing is you have to number according to your normal hydrocarbon. Then if there is a possibility, we have to see, we have to give lowest locant position to the heteroatom. Now if there is a choice, if we have more than one heteroatom, as usual the heteroatom is preferred. If there is a heteroatom as well as a multiple bond, then we have to first give first preference to heteroatom, that we have already discussed. And if there is a comparison between a heteroatom, we have two type of heteroatoms, then we have to choose according to their priority, that we have already discussed. First oxygen family, then nitrogen family, then carbon family, then boron family, and their prefixes with the locants, they are arranged alphabetically. After assigning numbering, when we have to write their name, we have to write them alphabetically. So these things you have to be very careful about. So let us do some practice with this, the rules. Now this can also be written as, you should also be able to write it in normal carbon skeletal structure, like it can be written as, this is a CH carbon, this is CH, this position is CH2, this is again CH, then we have your CH2, then we have your oxygen, then we have your CH2, this is again CH2, these are connected. In the left hand side we have is CH2, again CH2, CH2. So that is also equivalent to this, both are same. Numbering starts from bridgehead atom 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Now you can see there are how many total number of atoms? 10. So that's why its name is decane. So its name is, as we have many times we have written, 3 oxa bicyclo 431 decane. Okay, now why decane? Because it has 10 atoms. Bicyclo because it contains 2 rings, so that's why we have used bicyclo. Then number of atoms separating bridgehead atoms, how many atoms are in between these bridgehead atoms? So in this route we have 1 2 3 4 atoms, so 4. In this route we have 1 2 3 atoms, 3. So in this path we have only 1 atom, so we have to write them in a decreasing order. That's how you have to do numbering and arrange them in a decreasing route. So 4 3 1, and then prefix for heteroatom with its locant 3 oxa, so its name becomes 3 oxa bicyclo 431 decane. So that is how we have to number these bridged heterocyclic compounds. Now let us do the name for this compound. It is very easy. First let us try to write it in a carbon skeleton form. You need not to write, but I am just for your reference, I am just teaching you that we can also write this structure like this. Then it is CH, first write this, then we have double bond CH, then this is CH2, then again CH2, then this is CH, double bond CH, CH. Now on the right hand side we have your N double bond CHO. So that is this compound, both are equivalent. Now we have to first start the numbering. So numbering we can start, we have to start from any bridgehead atom. We can start from this, we can start from this. I will do by both ways so that you can. Let us first start from this path 1. Now we have trace the longest path by which we can read the second atom. Now if we start by this, then we have how many atoms? 1 2 3 4 5 atoms. If we start according to this, then we have 1 2 only 3 atoms. So first we have to start numbering from this side. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So here you get 11. So it has total 11 carbons, total 11 atoms. So consider as, because we have to write the name according to their carbocyclic derivative, that's why I am saying 11, just 11 atoms. So for that we use undeca. So we will use undecane, not decane, because it contains 3 double bonds. So that's why I am saying undeca. 2 rings bicyclo, we have to use bicyclo. Now we need prefix for the heteroatoms. First let us check the numbering. Now another possibility can be that I can also start from this position. So 1, we have to follow the longest path. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and your this comes 11. Now if we do the according to your white path, let us see the locant positions. It is 8 plus 10. This is oxygen, nitrogen, nitrogen. Okay, oxygen is yes, oxygen is 8 when we do by purple color. Nitrogen is 10, this nitrogen is 11. Now if we do by this white color, let us see. If we do numbering according to first, yeah, this was white colored numbering, sorry. This, if we do by this white color, then we have oxygen 8, nitrogen 10, nitrogen 11. Now if we do by this purple color, is this one, then we have your nitrogen as, first nitrogen as 8, oxygen as 10, and your second nitrogen is 11. So sum of locants, first we will check sum of locants. Sum of locant is the same, 8 plus 10 plus 11, 10 plus 8 plus 11. Now let us come to rule. Now out of oxygen and nitrogen, oxygen has a higher priority, so that numbering will be correct, which will give lowest locant to oxygen. Now if we do the numbering according to this white color, then it get 8th locant position. If we do it by purple color, then it get 10th locant position, and sum of locant is same. Now if we have a choice, which we will choose, in which the oxygen is getting a lowest locant, so it is the numbering with the white color is correct. So what I will do, I will erase this purple colored numbering because it is incorrect, so you don't get confused. So I just did this in order to make you understand the rule, how we have to do the numbering. Now this is the correct numbering, 1 2 3. Now we have to give the name. Now first we have to specify the heteroatoms alphabetically. Now it's oxygen, for oxygen we use oxa, for nitrogen we use aza. So first we have to write for nitrogen aza. So it is at what positions, 10th and 11. So it is 10 11 di aza. Now oxygen at 8 8 oxa, heteroatom is finished. Then we will use bicyclo. Then in the bracket let us count the number of atoms separating these two bridgehead atoms. In this route it has 1 2 3 4 5 atoms. 5, it has 1 2 3 atoms. 3, it has 1 atom. 5 3 1. Then how many atoms? 11. So we will use undeca. Then we have to specify the position of alkanes. It is at 3 double bonds are present at the first position, undeca, first, 5th, 1 5 9 and 9th triene. So that is the name. 10 11 diaza, 8 oxa, bicyclo, 531 undeca, 159 triene. That is the name for this compound. So you should also be able to convert this type of structure into this type of structure. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. That is how you do numbering. So that is its name. So it is quite easy, it is not difficult. You just should be able to understand how to name your bridgehead hydrocarbons. Then we just have to specify the position of heteroatoms as a prefix with their locant position. So it is a type of replacement nomenclature. So that was all for today. So today we discussed the naming for bicyclic bridged heterocyclic compounds and how we have to name them, and we should, before naming them, you should learn how to name bridged hydrocarbons, because this is a replacement nomenclature. We just have to specify the position of your heteroatom in the name for a bridged hydrocarbon compound. So that is all for today. In our from our next lecture we will start about aromatic heterocyclic compounds and criteria for aromaticity.